some fusion. You can look at it later. It's got some smooth parts and some lathing. It's got a nice bell sound. It's got a nice stick sound. Maybe a little bit too much for you jazz guys. I'm not a jazz player, but so that's good for metal, huh? Yeah, metal is good. Over here I've got two 20-inch MB10 Chinas, and you can see they're loaded with a Thomas Lang filter China, and that kind of dampens them a little bit and gives them some more weird kind of sustain. And I like that. I may be the only guy doing that. I don't even think Thomas Lang does that with the cymbals, because he's not as smart as I am. Don't tell him I said that. Whoops, that's broken, okay. I'm like Freddie Mercury now. Freddie Mercury's retarded brother. Sorry. Thank you very much, sir. Sorry. I break everything. That's why I became a drummer. Fun to break stuff. Okay, so I got these two Chinas, and you can hear that they're kind of punctuated, you know? Of course, I think you noticed that when I was a young man, I was very influenced by the drumming of Terry Bozzio. And I think Terry Bozzio was the first guy to ever do this. And I love the Chinas, and I like the way he uses them. And yeah, I guess that's just something I kept with me after all these years. I think Bozzio is just a great drummer and has a cool sound. So that's why I'm using that. Over here, I got something really weird. I don't know how it sounds. Did you like the way this sounds, or did it sound silly? Good or bad?
Yeah, it's good.
Good, huh? Okay. This is something I invented. I don't know what to call it. Maybe I call it Mike Terrana's Fasquifo. I don't know what the hell I did. I went to the factory and I said, I want you to cut up some cymbals so that they look strange. And I actually think that UFIP has been making something like this for quite some time. And I think that's where I saw it. But then I thought, well, if I take this MB10 China and this thing, and this is a filter China, one of Thomas Lang's cymbals. I cut it up like it was garbage. Spazzatura, eh? So I put that on top. I got a little piece of felt in there. The interesting thing about Meinl is they're always looking for new sounds and new ideas. So if you have an idea, they will listen to you. They'll cut it up and do it. So I started doing this, and depending on how you have it tensioned, you can get a pretty cool sound. Whoops. Yeah, something like that. So kind of got a bit of a bell sound. Something like that. So you can do a lot of weird things with that cymbal. I don't use it very often, but I thought I'd use it today just to scare people. Scared myself, actually. And over here, I have something very new. These are actually for sale in the Meinl catalog. It's called the Mike Terrana Signature Series Attack Splash Cymbal. And these are actually the first ones they made. These are the prototype bells. They sent these to me in Italy. So they're very raw. You can see they're all kind of, they're still They didn't polish them. I guess they're hot from when they made the bells. And this is a China splash, but what I started doing when I was playing a lot of metal, I had my cymbals like this, a normal splash cymbal. And of course, when you hit it, it doesn't really have any balls, So I thought to myself, what can I do? So I turned it inside out, and I thought, well, how's that going to sound? A little bit better. Cuts through. And then I had some bells, some very small bells floating around in my practice room. I put the bell on top, and, well, lo and behold, you got that. And if you're playing with some maniac guitar player who's got everything up to 12 or 11, you're never going to hear your splash cymbals, but those you hear. And a lot of times I was playing fast double bass stuff like that, and I'd listen back to the record, and I would just hear, So these you can hear on my record. You can hear them on the new Tadia record. I really use them a lot. Master Plan, I use them on all my sessions. So this is kind of my signature sound, and Meinl made that because they liked the idea. So that pretty much covers it for all the pedals and stuff. Drums and cymbals. Using Remo drum heads, Emperor clears on the top, Power Dot, Ambassador with a sound dot. I'm using the V1 trick pedal. This is an aluminum pedal. It's very good. It's not like the Axis pedal. A lot of guys think it's like the Axis pedal, but this has far more adjustments than the Axis pedal. And it's very fast and very clean. And I've been playing this now for about 6 years. I really like it. Okay, Vic Firth. I play Vic Firth drumsticks. It's my signature stick. It's a modified SD4. Got my name on it. Painted white. So I can do a lot of magical tricks for the chicks. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm out of my mind. I've been in a car for 4 hours, okay? So, if anybody's got a question, I'll answer a question. Anything you want to know about double bass, rock and roll? You want to know about Yngwie Malmsteen? You want to know something about, some of these other crazy guys? I can tell you. Or I can play some more music, and I can go mangiare. We want to mangiare, right? That's what everybody does. Don't be shy. You can ask a question in Italian. You don't have to speak English like me. I don't speak English that good. You can ask me anything you want, as long as it's not dirty. No questions? No questions? I got no answers. Okay, then I will continue to play some more of my Project Symphonica.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
This guy have an answer for you.
He's got a question?
No, a question.
Come on, Doug. If he's got an answer, I want it. Maybe he can help me.
Why do you go out from the rage?
Why do I?
From the rage.
I don't understand. Why do I? What?
Why do you leave rage?
Oh, why did I leave rage? Well,
Perché ha lasciato i Rage, che sono il gruppo famoso?
Okay. Let me tell you something about these guys. Before I joined the band, I was well known as a drummer and for doing drum solos. And after 8 years, they started telling me that that I was boring people with the drum solo. And when I started to record the albums, they started to quantize my drumming, and they started to take away the tuning. Basically, what they were doing is they were killing me. And by the last 3 years, do you have to translate this?
Allora,
Oh, okay.
il problema sostanzialmente è che gli imponevano parecchie cose, tra cui di usare, da quello che ho capito, i sampler sulla batteria, come accordarla, cosa fare. giusto? E dopo 3 anni, insomma, sei un poco rotto le palle.
Yeah. Basically, the guitar player is an arrogant son of a bitch. Okay, he's an arrogant asshole.
Il chitarrista è un arrogante figlio di puttana.
Sorry.
No,
That's the fucking truth, man. I'm sorry. I'll tell you the truth if you want to hear it.
È la fottuta verità questa.
The guy was a pain in the ass, and he broke my balls about the drum solo.
Ve lo traduco.
And on the last tour, the Speak of the Dead tour, was probably one of the worst tours I've ever done in my whole career.
Allora, era fatto con loro e lui è un grandissimo figlio di puttana, se andasse a prendere in culo.
Now, mind you, I played with Yngwie for 2 years, so this Rage thing was the worst tour I've done.
Non ho capito bene questo.
At least Malmsteen used to let me do a drum solo. He wanted me to do a drum solo, you know. He asked me to do it. So these guys were kind of a bit jealous of my drum solo. I don't know what the problem was.
Erano tutti gelosi quando faceva l'assolo e quindi, vabbè, qual è il problema? Insomma, era una parte dello spettacolo.
And they wanted it to be very short. So I wrote a song, the drum solo.
Molto molto veloce.
Maybe you've seen it on YouTube. It's called Detonator. It's a song I had written for me for the drum solo. It's 4 minutes long, and it's got a lot of tricks and stuff. And they wanted to see that before we went out on tour. They wanted me to audition the drum solo for them.
What is your preferred drummer?
Yeah. The guitar player said, the communist.
For your
The guitar player's a fucking communist. He's like, we want to see your drum solo. And I said, no.
Another question for you, Mike. Sorry.
I'm not done. Okay, that's why I left Rage, because they were a pain in the ass. And I'll just say this, they are not working, and I am working a lot. I hate when that happens. They don't play down here too much anymore, do they?
What is your preferred drummers? Ha detto quali sono.
Who's my favorite drummer?
Who are your teachers? Your teachers.
One of my teachers. You mean one of my idols or something?